Anthony Edwards comes back for the first time since Game 4 against the Nuggets. Welcome back to NBA Showtime. Maria Taylor, the Hall of Famers, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony here. And guys, it ultimately came down to the final shot in a game that saw 19 lead changes. Absolutely no one led by more than 9 points. Let's take a look at that final sequence. Julian Champagnie, he does get the shot off, an opportunity to get the win. Do you like this sequence of events, T-Mac?
I do, from the standpoint of San Antonio, not so much with Minnesota. I thought they should have got a better shot. He was just running out the clock there. But in this sequence right here, you don't want to call a timeout because you don't want to go against a set defense. I thought they did a great job of getting the ball up the court, getting it to Champagnie. A little hesitation right there to get Nas off his feet. And he had a great look. It just didn't fall for him.
And he set the Spurs single-season record for made threes. That's the guy you want shooting the three.
Absolutely. And I'm sure he's going to be just like Vince, talking about a shot. I'm sure Champagnie is going to be looking for that game winner in his career again.
But
I wasn't no, you're right. You're taking it. This guy right here.
Like a stray to me. Felt like a stray to me.
I know what time it is. I understand it. I had to get straight. I understand it.
But guys, we saw an amazingly competitive Game 1 in the West, and we talked about it in our pregame show, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, just one of 3 teams that won the season series against the Spurs, so they know how to battle against them. What made them successful in this Game 1, Melo?
They just was relentless. They attacked. I thought Ant coming off the bench tonight gave Minnesota, or gave San Antonio a different look to prepare for. Overall, it was a pretty even game.
Yeah,
overall, it's just, Minnesota had closers tonight. Julius Randle was a closer. Ant did what he was supposed to do. Julius led these guys tonight. He put this team on his back. Everybody else did what they supposed to do. This is a well-balanced game, man. Jaden McDaniels, 16 points. Julius Randle, 21. Terrence Shannon, was key today. 16 points in 34 minutes. And Mike Conley, right? Somebody who haven't been playing, right, in a long time. So somebody who is at this point of his career and being told to go out there and the ball is in your hands and show us your leadership and do what you got to do. That was impressive, to see tonight from Mike Conley.
To me, it says a lot about what they think of Terrence Shannon, because you easily can insert Anthony Edwards, your superstar, back into the lineup, and it's business as usual. But Terrence Shannon has played great basketball. He played great in the last series, and I thought, however Anthony Edwards is feeling, they had a flow, and they were playing great basketball, and they didn't want to break that up because Anthony Edwards, we know, he's a star. He's going to find his way regardless. He's finding his rhythm, but you need the other guys to find the rhythm, particularly on the road against a very good San Antonio defense.
He found his rhythm towards the end of in the fourth quarter, too, specifically. Just 7 points the first 3 quarters, but he turned on just 11 points in the fourth quarter.
I want to tip my hat off to Finch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought this was a well-coached game from Finch, and particularly how he utilized Ant-Man, right? Ant-Man was going in increments in minutes in the first half to reserve him for the fourth quarter.
Right.
And he was extremely aggressive in that fourth quarter, taking over the game. And then he goes out, and what they do, they bring in Terrence Shannon to get downhill, to apply that pressure on them. So Finch was making all the right moves tonight, and it paid off for these guys. So I want to tip my hat off to him. It was a well job of coaching tonight.
Yeah, Ant-Man plays 25 minutes in this one. Again, he's recovering from a bone bruise after hyperextending his knee in Game 4. We heard him talking, though, after the game. He just wasn't happy with his performance, which is crazy to think that he
was
just
right.
came
I love
back.
it. He was right. Yeah, that's the mentality you got to have as a superstar.
That's exactly the reaction that I want to hear. Just hearing what he said post-game. What did that tell you?
It takes you take accountability for your mistakes, because that could have cost you a game on the road, right? So for him to acknowledge that is just him taking accountability, and he's not going to make those mistakes in the next game. Yeah, giving up 2 offensive rebounds and a turnover late in the game, that's detrimental. That's how you lose a game, and that's a big deal, because now you've taken over home court because of that, and they survived it because they got a great look by Champagnie. So he's thinking about that. If I don't turn this ball over, that shot doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I love it.
He's also thinking about that knee. Right? To me, that sounded like a little bit of frustration at the fact that he's not 100%, right? And mentally, it's bothering him. You saw some of his movements out there tonight. He came down off the baseline layup. He started grimacing. He was running down the court. He started grimacing. Mm-hmm. Terrence Shannon had him at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. He said, it hurt. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
we on NBC.
Yeah, we on NBC. We on NBC. But he said his knee hurt, right? So that's something to kind of, keep looking at.
Yeah, we'll certainly keep an eye on it for sure. Mike Conley is sitting down, so we're going to get a chance to talk to him in a second. And it's been so interesting. We guys talked about it, but 19 seasons in the NBA.
Dang, he old.
The last 3 games, he's had to step into a completely different role due to injuries, but it's worked out. And the Timberwolves, they seem to be playing like a team that knows they've been to back-to-back Western Conference Finals. That's something that it seems like they have working in their favor.
That says a lot about Mike, man. And I think young guys can learn from someone like Mike Conley, not just on the Wolves, but around the league, is that, okay, be ready when your opportunity knocks, for one. And that's just being a professional. Like, Mike is very capable. You're seeing that. But they were going in a different direction. But at the same time, you always know you can count on a vet.
Yes, sir.
Because a vet is going to be ready to go. Mike Conley has been ready to go. He's a professional. And that shows. So you can learn something. You young guys, you young kids out there watching this, you can learn something by that. Because, yes, you might not agree with the coach's decision, but what are you going to do when he calls your number to get back in the game? Are you going to pout or are you going to show up?
That part. And Mike Conley has proven that he is ready to show up at any given time. And there he is, showing up.
There he is.
Right now for him. I'm not going to let them talk about you like that, Mike. First of all, congratulations on the win in Game 1 in the semifinals of the Western Conference semifinals. Let's get into it, though. What do you think was the difference in this game, knowing that Ant-Man had to come off of the bench, knowing how tightly contested this game was going to be?
It came down to, being physical all 4 quarters. I thought we tried to really just try to wear them down, Wemby, all those guys, make it a tough night on them, keep attacking the rim. We know Wemby, I think he had 10, 12 blocks or whatever 12. It was. It's crazy. But we kept the pressure on the rim. And eventually we started to get a couple of them to go, and we found the corner offensively. So just our consistent pressure was what we wanted to do.
Mike, T-Mac here, not to give y'all game plan away, but what was it against Wemby? Because y'all did a great job of neutralizing him tonight.
We have a lot of bodies, and, we try to get under him as much as we can. Like I said, try to be physical. I thought Julius did a really good job of always being kind of underneath him. Rudy, we know what he can do defensively. We have different bodies, Naj, Jaden. So we just try to throw different looks at him and make it tough for him to get his normal shots off and, just try to make him make shots over us.
Mike, we're former teammates, and I know your preparation, and I know how you view and see the game. Talk about you being prepared and being ready. You weren't playing a lot of minutes near the end of the season, but yet your number is called on to start and play well.
Well, as you know, I learned from you, brother. You always got to stay ready, bro.
He old, man.
Hey, he old, way older than me. So, you know how it is, man. The team, relies on you in big moments, and you have to be ready when your number's called. Throughout the season, I didn't know when that would be. If I was going to, I got traded, it got sent back to the same team. So it's like, you never know what your role is going to be. Just got to stay ready when your opportunity comes. And I've done that, and I'm in great shape and just ready to move forward.
Mike, you're 19. What is the conversation and relationship with Coach Finch at this point, for him to have this confidence in you to know that he can call on you at any point in time for any different reason?
Well, I think he knows I'm a real extension of him on the court. The messaging and all the things he's trying to accomplish with our team, he knows I'm going to go out there and implement it. He knows I'm not going to, shortcut things. I'm a coach on the floor for this team, and this unit, needs that from me in my role. So I think Coach really, has a lot of confidence in that. And like I said, he puts me in when he needs me, and I try to go out there and play well.
All right, Mike, you've been in the league for 19 seasons. Help us to understand.
Gotta keep reminding
I'm going to keep telling them that. Okay, almost 2 decades you've been around the block.
Now I know how you feel, man. I was there before.
Talk to me about what you have seen in this team, the ability to be resilient despite all odds, despite all injuries. Like, what makes this squad different, still being able to pull out the wins when necessary?
I think what makes this team different is we don't rely on just 1 or 2 people on a nightly basis. Like you've seen it through, the Denver series, first game tonight. We have different guys that we can, have step up for us on any given night. We're really deep. We got a team that doesn't really, care if a team goes on a 5-10-0 run. We just go right back to, implementing our work and what we do and stay consistent. And we never get scared, never waver from our confidence. And that starts with Ant, starts with Julius, the leaders of this team, and they lead us in a way that it's very special to have that kind of leadership. So it's easy to go out there and play for each other and try to get dubs.
Last question. Any media trading for the young guys that do interviews post-game or anything like that? Because y'all have some of the best quotes I've ever seen in the history of the NBA.
I got nothing for them. I just want them to just stay true to themselves. So they just keep answering the questions like they do, and it's completely honest, and they're not trying to be mean or anything. It's just whatever they feel.
And it's TV Gold. We appreciate you,
hey, Mike,
for stopping by.
Huh? I see you, boy.
What's up?
You know grades. Look at you.
Hold on. Is it just for men? Is it just for men?
Oh, see, I wasn't doing that. Hey, no, that wasn't set up. I wasn't trying to do that. Strange.
I got you when I see y'all, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Nah. Hey, man, go hop in the tub, man. Ice down, brother.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Appreciate it. That's Mike Conley. Again, access 7 to the starting role over the last 3 games after coming off the bench for 4 games throughout these playoffs. Let's go to the podium. Mitch Johnson is now talking to the media.
Mitch, Victor had obviously a great game defensively, but what did they do to tie him up offensively, and did he take too many outside shots, too many threes?
They did what they do. They're physical. They guard the basketball really well, especially direct actions where it's, kind of mano-a-mano situations. They got guys that are capable of doing it, and they take a lot of pride in it. So they did a good job there. And I think in the first half, I thought we were a little indecisive. Felt like there were times we got a little in between, whether that was to shoot or not, to drive or not, to pass or not. Just in general, we were indecisive, and that hurt us in the first half. We picked up the pace a little bit there in the second half, and we missed some good shots. But, yeah, I think the process was probably better than some of the box score. Looked at some of that. I thought when he screened and rolled, we got some good looks, and have to continue to do that more.
Coach, can you talk through the last minute and how Julian Champagnie fought for those offensive boards and what made you trust him to take that last second shot?
Yeah, he just did a good job, obviously, with the sense of urgency. We were down, excuse me, and so we were trying to play quick because it was a math problem at some point in terms of possessions and time left and what the score was. And he had some great multiple efforts there to keep us in the game. We got some good looks, missed them. And, offense rebounds has been an emphasis for us all year, but especially in those situations, you got to crash. And then on the last play, we got a rebound, and it felt like they weren't organized, and there was enough time for us to push the ball and get a look, and we didn't push it right away. So it got to be that death knock time where you got to call a timeout or not. I thought Dylan did a good job pushing the ball, kicked it ahead of Julian. Julian had a flyby, got a three-pointer in rhythm. I had no problem with the shot. That was a great shot. I hope he shoots it every time.
Mitch, you talk about the process being good. How about the process with De'Aaron Fox? Do you need to get him more from him? What do you see from him overall?
I thought he missed some shots. The box score says he's 5 for 14, 6 turnovers. So I'm sure in terms of what we're used to from the box score, you'd want more from him. But I have no concern over De'Aaron Fox or Victor Wembanyama's box score. They'll be better. We'll be better for them. We missed some good shots tonight. There's some things that we can do execution-wise that will be a lot better, and sometimes the box score doesn't always show. If we run a play and this guy doesn't get the catch where he's supposed to or doesn't set the proper screen, then that can throw off the equilibrium or whatever you're supposed to have on that play and the way it's supposed to unfold. And so then, someone else may take a tough shot or get a turnover, but there's a lot that goes into that. No different than when Victor rolls. A lot of times he doesn't he's not the recipient of the pass, but he opens up the whole world for everybody else. So it's the same thing on the other end of the spectrum.
So Mitch Johnson and the Spurs down 0-1 in the second round of the NBA playoffs. The Knicks up big time, the largest home playoff win in franchise history. We'll show you how they kept all the Knicks fans rocking in MSG after this.